Hi guys, welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. And today we're gonna look at all my single shadows that I have. It's mainly gonna be Colourpop, Terra and Little Cosmetics, and I also have some Micka Beauty Shop singles as well. So if that's something that interests you, then definitely keep on watching. If this is your first time here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love eyeshadows, I love colorful makeup especially, and I love trying multi-chromes, duochromes, and all the fun shades that you usually get from indie brands. And this video is going to be all about the singles in my collection. If I counted correctly, it should be 22 singles, and there's more coming either at the end of this month or beginning of January. So I've started collecting single shadows this year, so that's why that's not that many, but I feel like 22 in 1 year is still enough. So hopefully this video will be fun for you, and I will be swatching all of them, so you will see close-ups and swatches. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Also, if you're interested about this look, this is my first look with the Lunar Beauty palette. I'm not sure if I'm first releasing the review video of the Lunar Beauty palette or this video, so if I already have a review about this, I will put it down below and also in the little card. If I don't, it's gonna come out tomorrow. So just little FYI, if you're liking what you're seeing, it's either already on my channel or it's gonna be on my channel tomorrow. So that's it, and now let's just enjoy the swatches and the single shadows. Hi, so here are all the palettes and singles that I have, and I'm gonna show you each of them one by one. So my single shadow collection isn't as extensive because I've only started buying single shadows this year, so sorry that there's not that many of them, but I'm definitely gonna improve for next year because I already have a couple of things that I'm expecting to get that are kind of like in the process of shipping or will be shipped to me, and then also things that I know I have on my wish list, and I'm either gonna buy them during like some kind of New Year's sale or end of the year sale, or I'm just gonna buy them for full price at the end of the year or beginning of January. I've bought I think 7 or 8 single shades from Terra that I during the buy one get one Black Friday sale that they had. It hasn't shipped to me yet. I think they have like 10 to 15 days to process the order, so I'm probably gonna get that either end of this year or beginning of January. And I'm planning to buy some Micka Beauty Shop multichromes as well, so that's definitely coming to me. And now let's just jump into all the shades that I have. So I think this first singles that I bought were this shade from Terra. It's the shade called Star Sign. So Star Sign, I will use this magnetic tool to take it out. So as you can see, Star Sign, it's from Terra. I bought it on Monolith. It's kind of like a periwinkle blue going to this light lavendery purple. I will swatch all of them for you. So this is the Star Sign. I've used it a couple times, I think like 6 times so far. And it's just such a beautiful shade. I think you can slightly see that it has like the blue to purple or like lavendery shift. So this one is super pretty. Here's on the finger how it looks like, and it's really pretty. And I have it in the Legend of Korra palette because I just think it fits here beautifully, and I like to use it with these blue mattes. I think it's the perfect match. So that's the Terra shade. Then I have one in this Tinkerbell palette, and it's this shade. I think it's called Royal Orb. It's from Nomad. It's from their the Royal Europe collection. So here you have it, the Royal Orb. It's kind of like a deeper green that goes to this goldy green, almost kind of like a yellow, like acidy yellow. I think you can see it in the reflection, and then it goes to this deep kind of mossy green. So it's actually a really nice multi-chrome, and it wears pretty nicely. It's a little bit more jelly, well, jelly. You can see that it's a lot more smoother formula than the Terra shade, but I think the Terra shade creases a little bit less than this. It's not too much of creasing. It's definitely not anything like problematic. I'm not gonna stop using this shade, but it is a lot more smoother. It's definitely a lot more like glossy. And here you have the shift. So yeah, it's a really pretty, like kind of acidy, poisonous shade, and I love these types of greens. So I'm very happy that I have this one. I didn't want the entire Royal Europe palette, and from all of the single multichromes, this was the one that kind of intrigued me the most. So here is that one, and I just like how it fits with this palette, so I have it here. Now, so these are like palettes. Then the next one that I bought was these singles from Little Cosmetics. I have it in this little compartment. I really want to get another of these smaller compartment and buy some of their shades. And I also want the liners, the Hydra liners, which I actually probably will buy that during this month, or maybe in January once I get my paycheck from work. I actually really want those, and I've been eyeing them forever. So I think this green one is called Sigil. And this one is kind of just like a metallic shade. It's a very beautiful minty green. Let me actually check. Yes, Sigil. I've used this quite a bit, and it's so pretty. It has a little bit of like a goldy sparkles in it, and it's a very pretty shade. And I love that the Little Cosmetics formula is a little bit more drier. I think you can see it's not as oily as, for example, the Nomad formula. And it's just a very beautiful light green. And it's pretty metallic. So that's Sigil. Sorry for the dirty towel, but I just need it close. Then the next shade, I think this is Allure, if I remember it correctly. Yes, Allure. And this is Duochrome, and it's kind of this like orangey peachy color to this like really neony Barbie pink, or like a really sparkly shiny pink. I've actually used this shade many times, especially in summer. I've actually took it to my like 2 small vacations that were just for a couple of days. This is how it looks like. It's actually a really nice blush color, or like a highlighter blush duo. I did wear it on my cheeks, I think 4 times so far, and I really like it. It's very sparkly, so if you don't like sparkly cheeks, this would be too much. But I like it. It kind of reminds me, let me get it. It's kind of similar to this blush from Colourpop, which is kind of also duochrome, and it's chiffon. So it kind of is this like orange to pinky. I think you can see it's very similar. And obviously, but this one is meant for the cheeks. But I've used the shade Allure on my cheeks as well. And if you don't mind really sparkly formula on the cheeks, I think you will like this. So here is how that looks like. And it's so beautifully metallic. And it lasts on the eyes really nicely. You don't have to worry about creasing or anything uncomfortable. So that's this shade. Then this is just like a white metallic shade. And I think it's Idol. Yes, Idol. So this one is just kind of, I thought it's gonna be a bit duochromy, multichromy, but it's more just like white. But you can see that it's like super white and super metallic. And I kind of like that it's genuinely white. It's not silver, but just white. I don't know if, I mean, I'm very pale, so maybe it looks a bit more silver on the hand, but it's very white on the lid whenever I use it. Yeah, maybe on my skin it looks a little bit silver with when I swatch it, but whenever I wear it on the eyes, it's actually like pure white. And I don't use this one as often, but it's nice to have for when I just want to have, especially when I traveled and I just wanted a highlighter in the inner corner, but I didn't want it to bring a full palette. Just for that, when all the other palettes that I wanted to bring didn't have inner corner, I think it's a nice option. And then my favorite Little Cosmetics shade, this is Parsec. I always say Parasec for some reason, but it took me like half a year to realize that there's no A after the R. So Parsec, and it's this beautiful like pinky purple that goes to this greeny, goldy, yellowy. Just it's the most beautiful multichrome. I love multichromes like this. Whenever I see this shift in any multichrome, I'm just like, yes, please. I could have this in 75 different alliterations and I would still be like, yes, this is the most innovative and the most beautiful flip. So I've actually used this one quite a lot. And here is, I mean, look at that. This is just a pure gorgeousness. Whenever I see this shade, I low-key want to lick it. You know, like when you see something yummy and you just want to know how it tastes. So this is kind of one of those things. I know that's probably really like gross, but yeah, so this is how that one looks like. It's so stunning. So this is Terra, Little Cosmetics. And their palettes, these little 4-pan palettes, are so magnetic. It's actually kind of hard to take the products out because it's so magnetized. So yeah, that's that. And then, let me actually clean this a little bit. Cleaning on aisle 4. So this is a V Cosmetics single, like a magnetic palette, and it's in this shape. I think you call it Ouija board, right? That's where you put this thing on, and it's supposed to move on the board. I'm sorry, I like witchy themes and stuff, but I don't know anything about Ouija boards, so I feel like it's a very American thing. So I only have the palette, and then I have one shade from V Cosmetics. I don't know what this shade is because mine came with a non-magnetized pan. Well, I mean, it came with this, which is magnetized, but it isn't attached to this thing. So, to the pan. So I had to put, this is like a magnetic sticker that you can buy in any like home wear store or like anything for home decoration and maintenance. I don't know what this is called, but it's just like a matte orange. I've actually only used it like 3 times, but I use it as a blush a lot of the times because it's kind of, it's not super pigmented and it's a nice kind of blushy shade. So I'm gonna swatch it for you. I will try to find what this is called and link it, but as I said, it's not on here, so I don't know. I'm gonna do the matte shades on the other hand. But the formula of this, it's so smooth. That's why I actually use it as a blush, because it's so smooth and it's very buildable, I think. Hello, focus. So yeah, it's a very buildable, soft, kind of satiny formula. And I definitely, because it's also bigger, I would put it in a blush palette if I had any single blush palette. And then I have 4 shades from Micka Beauty Shop. I recently filmed my review, and since then I've worn them one more time, so I've used all of them 2 times, and I'm probably gonna use them one more time before I film my monthly review. So these are the shades, and we're gonna start with this one. This is Monica. I accidentally dropped it, so there's a little bit of a less product in it, but it's still beautiful. I'm trying to show you the shift. Let me figure out the light. This one is kind of hard to show the shift, but it's beautiful. It goes from this really deep... Will this work? No, it won't work. It goes from this really deep purple to very beautiful green. The Micka Beauty Shop is the French indie brand, and their multichromes are a little bit drier, kind of like the Little formula, but they're smoother. They're more, it's a finer, it's more finely milled, I think, and it looks beautiful on the eye. It doesn't crease at all. It's kind of like as if you had a loose pigment and you just pressed it. And I'm gonna try to show you the green. I mean, I can see the green, but I don't think you can see the green. Let me figure out... Wait. I think you can kind of see it in the reflection. Yes, there we go. So purple with kind of a little bit of pink, and then this beautiful, just like acidy green shade. I mean, it's truly gorgeous. Will I be able to show? Yes. Yes. It's kind of hard to do it in this angle, but yeah. This is how she looks like. And you can also see the other shades and the other shifts to them in the rear view, in the mirror. So yeah, it's just, it's so stunning. And actually this is the first time that I'm seeing the yellowy green shift in the Allure shade. I don't think it's ever showed on the eyes. Or maybe I just wasn't looking properly. But yeah, it's just so pretty. So that's the shade Monica. Then this is Holofallic. Kind of like a holographic shade. By the way, they came so well protected. It was like in a plasticky container, and on top of each shade was like this foamy thing, like in the shape of the pan, that that would protect it from shattering. So it was really great, because a lot of the times you would get it in this like little envelope, but there's like nothing really protecting it. It's in only this like a little plasticky thing. So this also had like a kind of foamy protection on top of it, which was really nice. So this is Holofallic. It's a beautiful shade. And it kind of has this like beigey green base, and then all sorts of sparkles in it. And again, such a smooth shade. It's kind of when I'm showing you the swatches, I don't actually see what I'm doing. I only see it a little bit in the camera, but I'm not actually watching what I'm doing, and I literally don't feel the swatch when I'm applying it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's such a smooth formula that you don't feel it. And this is how it looks like. I might show you a macro shot. So that was the macro shot, and we're gonna try if you will see something in the mirror, but I don't think you will. But it's on the eyes, it's just such a gorgeous shade, and it wears beautifully. And it's kind of like a, it looks neutrally from distance, it's kind of like a bronzy greeny goldy shade, but then you look closer and it's like, it's a really fun shade up close. So I think this would be really nice when you just starting to get into fun multi-chromes. You know, from distance this looks like a normal basic shimmer, and then you come closer and you're just like, whoa. Then this one is Magnitude. I knew it's something magnet. And this one is kind of like beigey to pink with a bit of green in it. All of these kind of shift green, so, which I didn't realize when I was buying them, but I'm not mad at it because I love green. So this is how that looks like. It has kind of this like mossy green going to this really beautiful kind of dusty pink. And this is how the shade looks like. Again, I'm gonna show you. See, it has the green, but this one is more like a, well, it goes to this really yellowy green as well, but most of the shift it's more like a mossy green. So that's the shade Magnitude. I'm gonna be so dirty after this. And then the last shade, this is the most sparkliest and the most jelly-like or like oily shade from the group. This is called Chandelier. It has a blue base and a yellowy gold sheen. And again, this one is just so beautiful. As I said, this one is a little bit more jelly, so, but look at that. This one has more the same formula as the Nomad Cosmetics shade, so in case you were wondering. And you can see that it's like blue with like green and yellow in it. And here you can see it. So yeah, these are all the multichromes. And then I have a couple new ones that I haven't worn yet. I have a lot of Colourpop. It's all of this. And then I have Terra. These Terra shade literally came like 30 minutes ago. As well as this Siren Sunset palette from Lunar Beauty. So these are my orders from Monolith, these three things. And I also bought some Terra shade, as I said. I think it was like 8 shades. Some mattes, like 2 mattes, and the rest was shimmers, multichromes, duochromes. But these were on Monolith, so I wanted to get them. I got them during the Black Friday sale on Monolith. So I haven't worn them yet. This is gonna be my first time actually opening them and swatching them. But I really like the Terra Moons formula. So this is one of them. And this is the shade Castor. Castor. I'm not sure how this is pronounced. In case you're new here, I'm from Czech Republic. English is my second language. So if I say something incorrectly, I'm really sorry. But this looks beautiful. It's kind of very yellowy. I actually wore a yellow look yesterday, and this is kind of that like between yellow and green, where you don't completely know if it's more green or yellow. Ooh, these are very smooth. And yeah, it's kind of that like extremely yellowy, limey green. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. I actually love shades like these. They always bring me so much joy and happiness. So this is how that looks like. Oh, I can't wait to wear this. This will be a favorite of mine for in summer for sure. I love shades like these. So this is Castor. Also, I bought all of these singles. Well, when I get my paycheck from work, I'm buying the magnetic palette from Ainsley Rain, the Twisted Tea Party. I know I've mentioned that multiple times, and I will build my own Twisted Tea Party palette from these shades. So if you want to see that, it's probably gonna be somewhere in January once I get all of the products, and I'm gonna share with you like how much did it cost, and I'm gonna make looks with it. So I'm probably not gonna use these Terra shades and these Colourpop shades anytime soon. I'm gonna wait and review them once I'm gonna get the empty magnetic palette from Ainsley Rain, because I only really want the palette. I don't. Not that I hate Ainsley Rain formula. I do quite like it, but I like all the other formulas here more. So I like the Colourpop, the Micka Beauty Shop, and the Terra formula more than I like the Ainsley Rain. More than I like the Ainsley Rain. So this shade is called Andromeda. That feels right. Andromeda, right? In the comments, you can go nuts and tell me how wrong I am. But yeah, it's kind of like a pinky base with a little bit of silver in it, or kind of like whitey silver. I'm gonna have to wash my hands eventually. Ooh, this feels exactly like the shade Star Sign, like the texture of it is the same. And this looks beautiful. Oh, yes. Okay, this will be very pretty shade. I don't wear pinks as often, but when they're like this, when they're extremely shiny and just sparkly, I can get behind that. So this is how that looks like. I don't know, can you see anything properly? Who knows? This is the finger. Oh, does it have a little bit of green in it? Or am I just imagining it? Or is it another shade? No, it has a little bit of green. It definitely has some green. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it has like a minty green with a little bit of yellow that goes to this silvery shade, and then this pinky flip. I'm gonna try to show you here, but I don't know if you will actually see anything. I mean, slightly. I think you can see the minty green in the lower part of my arm, right? Hoo. I mean, this is so pretty. I completely understand why people go nuts for Terra Moons. And they look so beautiful in the pan as well. Like some brands look very unassuming in the pan, and you have to actually see them, or in photos, and you actually have to see them in real life. But these, they're pretty no matter what. I'm gonna actually wash my hands because I feel like now everything will get contaminated, so hold a sec. So Andromeda, and now the last shade is called Serpens. I'm gonna have so many shades that have like serpent in it, like the word serpent. Oh, okay, this looks great. Kind of like a minty green, or like a cooler toned green that goes to this really icy blue with kind of silver. Oh Oh, that looks so pretty. Did you even saw that? Oh, can you tell that I love greens? I'm gonna put it here actually. Oh my god. It actually has a kind of grassy green base. I think you can see it now. That shifts to this insanely sparkly blue. Okay, this shade reminds me mermaids. Like, I just think mermaid when I see this shade. Oh, it's so pretty. The whole video will be just like, wow, oh. Whenever I see sparkly shades, I get happy. So, I might actually, let me show you if you will see the, I mean, do you see the shine? This is insane. It's a beautiful shade. Okay, so I'm very happy for this one, and I think these two together would look beautiful. I'm actually gonna swatch the Andromeda again. I'm gonna swatch it here so that maybe you can see it better, because I feel like here over the tattoo and like the veiny arm it's not the best. So let me actually put it kind of here. Ooh. Now it looks blue. I don't know. I think you also see it like extremely frosty blue. Okay, this shade. Oh wow. She's so pretty. She's so extremely pretty. Okay, so these are Micka Beauty Shop, Terra Micka Beauty Shop, Terra Moons, and V Cosmetics. And then we have a bunch of Colourpop. So most of these Colourpop shades are matte. I think there's only one shimmer because I really like Colourpop matte formula, and it's very inexpensive. And I didn't want it the entire palette to be sparkly. I actually wanted to dupe the matte shades as well, and the Colourpop matte shades are one of the cheapest ones, at least as far as I know, and I really like the Colourpop matte formula. I think they're really good for mattes. The shimmers not so much, but I have one shimmer because I've heard people say that their regular palettes and like the single shades with the metallics, that they're actually really nice, and it's only with their Disney collabs that the shimmers aren't as amazing. But unfortunately I don't really care for their like normal palettes because I buy Colourpop for the packaging, so, and the cutest packaging is always the Disney collabs. So but I decided to try one shimmer, and it's this one. It's called Tide Pool, and it's this beautiful vibrant blue. I mean, don't tell me this isn't gorgeous. Like, it's really pretty. And I swatched this one. I haven't worn them, but I swatched I think all of them. And so I'm gonna put it here because I don't actually have that much space. I mean, it's very shiny, but I think the Colourpop formula for shimmers, all of these, the single ones, were described as metallic on the side. I don't know, is this really metallic? It's kind of, I feel like it's too smooth to be like properly metallic. I feel like on the eyes it looks more satiny, you know, like, I mean, it's pretty, don't get me wrong, but I want a little bit more blink. But this shade topped with this shade, I mean, that would be party. Or also with the Andromeda, I mean, that would look gorgeous. So yeah, I really like this color. I don't know if this color is in the original Twisted Tea Party from Ensley Rain, but I wanted this shade because it looked insane, and I might eventually since I don't know completely if I'm gonna which shades of these I'm gonna use in the Twisted Tea Party. There's definitely gonna be more singles than there's slots in the empty palette, so I might actually eventually switch these two and use this shade in the Cora palette and use the Terra Moon shade in the Twisted Tea Party. So maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But it's a really nice blue, and I can always top it off with something when I want more sparkle. So that's the did I say Tide Pool? Yes, Tide Pool. And then for the matte shades, so I have Entangled, which is this kind of like, it reminds me the color of cinch brushes from Angelica Nyquist. It's kind of like a yellowy orange, like you can tell next to the V Cosmetics shades, like it's very yellow, but it's still kind of orangey. So I really like the Colourpop matte formula. This is how she looks like, and you can see it's so much more pigmented than the V Cosmetics shade. So this is Entangled. Then I have Big Smile. I think this is like a pearlized, or like it's one of, yeah, it's a yellow, very vibrant yellow with a little bit of sparkle in it. It's kind of like I don't know how you call these shades that have a little bit of sparkliness to them, but on the eyes they look matte. They just have like a little bit of these glitters in the pen. So this very pretty yellow. It's kind of like a limey yellow, or like it has a little bit of green to it when you look at it in the swatch. I feel like there's a bit of green to it. So I don't know why, but in this place and on my arm, it always swatches wonky. And I don't know why that is. And I don't think you can actually see the swatches properly. Here you go. So yeah, that's the yellow. Then I have a shade Friendly. And Friendly is this kind of powdery, it's not pink and it's not purple. It's kind of this in between pink and purple. And it's a very pastel-y shade. And I don't really have any purples from Colourpop, and I wanted to try them. So that's why I bought it. Also, I quite like these tones as well. So there we go. I feel like Colourpop shades don't swatch the best. But, well, I feel like the matte shades don't swatch the best. The shimmers, for me, usually look better on the hand than they look on the lid, actually. So, I don't know why, but I like using Colourpop mattes. I think they're really easy to use. Then I have Conjour Up. And it's this beautiful cooler toned green. It's similar to the one in Legend of Korra, but it's a little bit more blue. Sorry, it's a little bit more blue and it's not that as dark. So I wanted this one because I feel like it would look really pretty with the blue metallic shade. And it looks really pretty with the purple and also with the yellow. So I thought that these would be nice colors to use together. Honestly, even with the orangey shade, it looks cool. But honestly, I am capable of blending green into anything, even if it doesn't actually make sense, because I just love greens. So this is the green. She is pretty. Then we have Let's Do It. And it's a matte black. I needed black. because first of all, I feel like there was black in the Twisted Tea Party. This one is really smooth, by the way. And I don't have any Colourpop black. And I feel like I always need a good black shade. And because I don't have... Actually, do I have any magnetic palette that has black in it? I don't think I do. And when I travel, I can use this as an eyeliner. So I kind of really need black, and I can just pop any of my magnetic palettes and put this in there, and voila, I have my black, and I don't have to have anything else. And I can use it for deepening up looks, and I can also use it for as an eyeliner. And actually these three would be beautiful as a look. I'm already getting ideas. Once I'll finally build the palette, I will watch this video again to see what ideas I had. Then I have this pink, kind of like bubblegum pink shade. It's called Poodle, which actually kind of fits. And I feel like there was shade like this in the Twisted Tea Party. Again, I wasn't trying to completely dupe it. I just wanted to get like the same idea, like the same, you know, type of a palette, but I wasn't trying to dupe it completely because there were a couple shades that didn't completely make sense to me in the original palette. Like, I knew that I wouldn't really know what to do with them in the palette, and that they, I don't know, I didn't want them there, so I duped it to the extent of what I want to use on my eyes. This is very nice pinky shade. It would actually look really... These three would also be really fun color story. By the way, this is how my brain works. I'm crazy. So these are all the Colourpop shades. These are the matte ones. Do you see it properly? Hopefully. And I really like this color story. I think it's really fun and cool. And I have, I think, two matte shades from Terra that I'm getting. One is kind of like this pukey green, and the other one, I don't remember. I think it was like mustard, or maybe it was brown. I'm not sure. But I think there's at least two Terra shades, matte shades that I'm getting. And this is the sparkly shades in my collection, the multi-chromes and duochromes and all that. So there you go. So that you can see everything. I'm not the best at showing like multi-chromes, duochromes, and all the little flips in it, but hopefully it's good enough for this video. I'm trying my best. So let me actually put everything back in here, and I'm probably gonna, I don't know if I can fit all of these shades here, but I'm gonna try, and then I'm gonna use them. Can I fit them all here? I'm not gonna be able to do that. Yeah, so I think I will leave the Colourpop shades in their packaging, and I will assemble them once I get the palette actually. But yeah, those are all my single shadows. I said I don't have that many, but it's actually quite a lot. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's in total 21 single shades. So I think that's quite enough for somebody who started collecting singles this year. So yeah, and then I have a couple of magnetic palettes that you can, you know, switch up. I have the Shroud Cosmetics palettes and the Unearthly Cosmetics palette, so I can technically count these. I mean, they're palettes, but I could use them as singles for sure and kind of change it up a bit. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope this was kind of helpful. Let me know which of these is your favorite, or what brand do you usually shop from when you want single shades, and or if you're more of a pre-made palette person, because I definitely like palettes, and because they usually kind of force me to go out of my comfort zone, because there's usually something fun about the palette. I don't really buy like monochromatic palettes or, you know, kind of like one and done palettes. I like palettes that make me think and make me come up with color stories, which I feel like when I would build my own palette, it would be just the things that I wear all the time, and it wouldn't actually push me to try more or try something else. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes it's really nice to try all of these formulas, and I would eventually want to get to the point where I can build like a seasonal palette, or like my favorite singles for this month or something like that, and try to come up with color stories, because it just sounds so fun. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be good at that, but I wanted to explore that possibility. So there you go. I'm definitely not gonna be like one of those Instagram profiles that always showcase these like insane color stories that are just the most perfect and magical. I'm not gonna be that. I'm not good enough for that, but I just wanna play and maybe find out some fun color stories and show them to you. So definitely let me know which one of these shades you like the most, and let me know how many single shades you have if you collect them. I want to know what's like a normal number for person when it comes to single shades. I think for me, when it comes to formula, I definitely love Terra Moons. I love Micka Beauty Shop. I need to have all of their single shades. I'm not kidding. I need all of them. And for mattes, I definitely really like Colourpop. I want to try the Terra Moons mattes. I can't wait for them to get to me, because as I said, I've never tried them. I only have the shimmery ones, and I know a lot of people like their formula, both the matte and the shimmer, so I'm definitely down to try it. So yeah, that will be it for me. Hope you have a great day, and I'll be very happy to see you in my next video. By the way, I'm trying to post videos every single day, because I've actually found out that when I made a list of all the videos I want to post in December, it's actually pretty much like 30 videos. So I might actually post every single day in December. We'll see if I'm actually gonna be able to do that, but so far it looks like I could. There's gonna be a lot of like collection videos showing you my products. There's gonna be project pans and ranking videos. So if that's something that interests you, I would be very happy to see you here and have you here. And with that being said, I'm signing off. So have a great day, and bye. I actually found one more Colourpop shade that I completely forgot in one of these packages, and it's the Lost and Found shade. So it's this beautiful, like pastel-y aqua blue. And I'm gonna show you the swatch. It's a very beautiful color. I don't know how I could forget about it, but I did. So it's this beautiful kind of baby blue. And yeah, those are all the Colourpop shades. So sorry that I forgot one, but I would find it, I would figure it out sooner or later, because I did remember that there was blue. I just thought that I've mistaken it for the shimmer one. So yeah, those are all. So it's 22.
single shadows in that case. So that's it.